Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're testing out Mario and Luigi Brothership on Nintendo Switch 2. This game notoriously has some frame rate issues and things back on the original Switch. I've played a little bit of it so far, so I can kind of give you a conclusion on what I think. But I want to just show off a couple of things. I want to show off a couple of battles. I want to show off a couple of maybe like busier areas. But what you are going to notice in this footage is that it pretty much runs. I think this game is locked at 30, if I had to guess. I don't think it's running at 60. I could be very off base there. And my overall findings is that the game seems to run more stable. But there isn't like giant improvements like maybe some other games. Like the raw power of the Switch is forcing this game to run at the max it can. So let's try and show off something big. Bomb Derby. This will probably cause some frame rate issues, if I had to guess. Assuming I can still do this as well as I used to be able to. But so far, like, it seems like it's okay. It seems like the game's handling a lot of that stuff better. Oh, wow, killed them off. Better. I never actually finished this game, so I do want to come back and play it because I love it. I really like this game. I know a lot of people gave it a lot of crap, but I really liked it. Oh, damn it. But just showing off like some of these battles, you can see that they seem to be running either just as you remember or pretty much similar. Nothing too crazy. Let's some hammer action in here. And, you know, I always talk about how much I love this battle system. I think that this series has one of the best RPG battle systems in it because it's completely active. You've always got to time everything, and defensively, you know, you've got to be able to time those blocks and dodges as well. Oh yeah, let's go. But you can see that so far, like, it's definitely running like with no issues, no hiccups, nothing. The game's running, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's at 30 frames. I've got no way of testing it, unfortunately. So that's just a couple of fights to show off that the game's running fairly well. If we go to the ship back on the island, so one noticeable thing in the old game was when you were on the ship and you put it into fast sail mode, all these wind effects would occur, and it would cause the game to have issues. I didn't mean to go down that pipe, did I? I did not. Let's not do that. But if this is something that you've been thinking about playing, like, this is definitely a more consistent version of the game. Like, I'm not finding it, like, as obvious. Bear in mind, I'm currently recording it on my PC, so sometimes the screen that I've got isn't as obvious. Let's go to the ship first, and then we'll just take a wander around a couple other places, just to show off some things. But I think the ship is probably one of the more obvious places where the game did have frame drops. Soundtrack to this game is fantastic as well. So many good tunes. Load times are a bit better. I'm not sure how much better they are, but they are definitely a bit more efficient. So this is the ship. Ooh, yeah, as soon as I came onto it, you can see that there's definitely some potential issues there. I can see frames, some issues with the frames. So this is definitely a heavy populated area. And it's probably the most obvious area. So it just goes to show that the game itself might have some optimization issues or may not be running as smoothly as you'd like. But so this is where the wind effects take place. So if I whack this into faster sailing, you're going to see now that there are wind effects added on. We run down here. It's definitely running okay. From memory, it's definitely running better than it did when it was on the Switch 1. But I would say that this game is probably locked at 30, so ultimately it isn't going to look that much different from the original. It's not like the game... I say it's locked at 30. I don't actually know. I'm assuming it is, just because it looks a little choppy anyway. And I feel like this area of the game particularly is probably one of the most busiest areas with a lot of characters, a lot of stuff going on, and being in fast sail mode definitely seems to slow things down. Like, I found this game playable like this anyway, but I know that it's definitely some people are sensitive to it. So let's stop that for now. We don't need that on. I'm just trying to remember, because it's been a while, like, other places to go that might cause the game to be a little bit choppy. This is obviously, like I said, the main area of the boat is where you're going to see it the most. But I'm sure we can find some other. But ultimately, what I'm noticing is that it is consistently better. But that isn't saying much because I think that the game could do a better job running. Where's we got Desolate? That's the dark one. Conductor. Ooh. Lots of coins is a favourite of mine, personally. Let's go there. Let's go wander around here, see if we can get it to work. But ultimately, I think if you're somebody that's played this game on Switch, and you bought it for Switch, and you played it and liked it, I don't think you're going to get much of a boost. Like, the game, if this game gets an update, which I think would go a long way, like higher frame rate, smoothed out resolution, I think that would go a long way. Like, the raw power of the Switch is doing something, but it's not perfect by any means. As he go in the building. I would get into a fight in this area, but I'm very high level. But I'm finding that overall, like, most games I'm testing out on Switch 2, that are Switch 1 games, just are more stable through just raw sheer power of the system. But if you are looking at getting this game, I don't think it's something you need to specifically get to on a Switch 2 specifically. But you're probably, like everything else, it's probably just going to run it at a smoother experience. I know I keep saying the same thing, but yeah, you're going to get that regardless. If you have got a Switch and you don't have a Switch 2 and you are thinking about playing this game, yes, it has a few frame issues. I'm not going to lie, it definitely does. Oops, that's the wrong one. But I would say that it's still a very good game. Still worth playing. Let's go have a gander. Go upstairs. We'll probably run into an enemy and we'll probably one-shot most of them, so let's see what happens. But as RPGs go on the Switch, I think it's actually pretty great. Alright, let's do a battle here. We'll go check out one more area. Just to see. I love that this battle theme is phenomenal. Let's do Hatch Me If You Can. It's been a while since I've done this. I can't remember what the buttons are. A and B, I think. Yes, we got it. It's one of the easier ones. Let's go, Yosh. These animations are always good to test because they're the ones that usually tell you how well the game's running. And that seemed pretty smooth. So it's definitely handling all of that better. Stupid green shell, sod it. Do a nice basic one. And kick. It's one of my favourite things about this game is these bros attacks are just so involved, which is what I love about them. Bam. See you later, pal. The most recent RPG that I'm playing, we'll get to at some point, fully playing more, is Clair Obscura, which definitely has a similar type of combat system, which is right up my street. But yeah, as you can see, the game, for the most part, is running steady. Like, those animations, like I said, with the bros attacks, usually cause a bit of lag or a bit of a slowdown. Doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. We'll go to one more place, and we'll go look at maybe one more fight. We can go to the desert and fight those things that one-shot me. Those are pretty fun. But what I'm seeing here is that, hey, you're going to get a more stable experience, but not loads more. It's not like a huge jump in quality, which is a shame. But, you know, it depends on whether, I forgot which company made it, whether they come back. This is an Unreal game. This is an Unreal Engine game. I didn't know that. Let's go to, where's the, let's go all sound. Let's go have a little gander over here. I wish the load times were a little bit better. I think if this game gets an update, they could definitely do that. They're not awful. Let's see how we go here. I also love the watercolor style in this game. A little bit of cel shading, a little bit of watercolor. Right. Anything? So I can fight the shark. The sharks do one-shot you. It's the only downside. So maybe we shouldn't fight the shark. Maybe we should fight something else. See you later, Mr. Shark. No, we're fighting the shark. Well, we might die. might be it. I don't even know if you can hit the shark. Let's have a look. They have a lot of health. Oh, he didn't quite kill me. He's going for Mario as well. Ooh. What other crazy things can we do? Zappinate him. Oh yeah, I meant to do that before the clock runs out. Yeah, again. Wow, they have a lot of health. 1, 2. There's Luigi this time. Damn it. Oh no, he went for Luigi again. This is why you don't fight these things. But yeah, ultimately you can see that the animations are pretty great. Like in this, they're not causing any issues. Let's bomb derby these guys again. Because I like this move, and I also find that this one would cause a lot of lag. If I get the rhythm of hitting them. There we go, that's better. Come on, will you die? They just don't die, do they? Jesus Christ. Right, let's go for Mario. Nice. So I've got to do it just as the end of that earthquake. Mario again. Oh! Just messed that up, didn't I? It's entertaining for people. If nothing else, it does show that the game is fairly stable and consistent now. Rather than... Oh, hello. Okay, don't... Ow. Ow. Ow, and then he jumps, yeah? He didn't jump! And I died. But there we go. Perfect. What a way to end it, eh? So you can see that the game is... Let's just try that again. Not the battle. Don't put me back in the battle. See if I can just run away. Let's get out of the battle. I wonder how much health they actually have. Bye! That was easy enough. Yeah. So I hope this is like showing off some of this game. I don't think it's perfect by any means. But from memory, it seems like the game, for the most part, is better than it was. You're going to see that a lot, especially in that bros attacks, you're going to see a lot less slowdown and a lot less drops in that, which is good. I would like to see Nintendo patch this game, or I literally forgot who did it. One of the smaller teams, Acquire, someone like that. Like, give this game a patch, maybe like a frame rate boost, knock it up to 60 consistently. I think it's running at 30. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, hopefully this has been a helpful video to people that are either thinking about getting this game and playing it on Switch 2 or thinking about Switch 1. Just be aware, if you get it on Switch 1, you are going to run into a lot of frame stuttering and frame drops. Not so much in the combat normally, mainly on the overworld and sometimes in some of those bros attacks. So just be aware if you do play it on Switch 1. Switch 2, it seems to have smoothed a lot of that out, so it's less of an issue. So anyway, that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, more Switch 2 as well as other bits and bobs, please hit the subscribe button. Stick around, see what comes out. And until next video, I will see you then.